Hey guys, good morning and welcome to today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors. Now today will be a very short episode because, well, we don't have a lot to do today. We have an appointment with somebody for a wedding, so that's going to be next year. And weddings are always arranged way before the date because if you ask a photographer, hey, I'm going to be having a wedding in about 3 weeks, can you do the photo shoot? It's probably not going to work. So this wedding is probably in September next year. So we don't know yet if the agenda is open, but we're still going to go into the conversation with the client and we're just going to try to block those dates off for them. Another thing is, and this is going to be really exciting for me because I've never done anything like this before. You know that they sent me the Lume Cube a few days ago, right? And I'm totally in awe with it. I really like it for video. You can even see it now on my face. And I was just thinking, like, how would it be if you use it a little bit more creatively? Because, you know, the big strobes are cool to make portraits, right, and fashion shots. The small strobes are really nice on location. But how about a Lume Cube? What can you do with it? Because most of the time if you do a portrait on the street, or let's say if somebody's working at your place, the portraits can be done with natural lighting. And often that's great, but sometimes you need a little bit of extra light on that person. And of course you can bring your small strobes, but you have to bring your small strobes. Yeah, it's bigger. Let me put it that way. And the Lume Cube is really small, it can fit in your pocket. So I'm going to try the coming weeks, I'm not going to do it every day, I'm going to try the coming weeks to make some interesting portraits. I'm going to try to do front lighting, side lighting, maybe a little bit of backlighting. And you will see the images on my Instagram and social media. And we're just going to take normal people. We're going to start with our own team. We have a repair guy coming in this afternoon. I'm going to try to shoot. And we're going to take it with us when we walk on the street for example, a photo walk. Or, well, I always have a camera with me to shoot people. So we'll see how it works out. And, well, maybe it works great. And maybe it doesn't. But, well, time will learn. So enjoy today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors. And again, it will be a short one because some days are just boring. And this is one of those days. Well, it's not boring, of course, but there's nothing for you guys to see. So thank you very much for watching. Okay, first thing on the agenda today is emptying this camera, the one I'm filming with now. So just empty it, and in Lightroom I now have all these images here, like for example this old car. Now you might wonder, okay, so how does it work? How do you rename stuff, and how do you remember on what date you shot it? Because that's of course very important. You have to remember on what date you shot what, otherwise it will be a mess on your hard drive. Now of course you can look into your exif values and see, okay, when was the date? And you're looking, and well, maybe it's not there and you have to find it, and well, that can be very tiresome. What you can better do is in Lightroom you can actually create a so-called recipe, or I call it a recipe. Now I've selected those images for the old car, and let's go to here to rename images, rename photos of course, and you can actually use a custom text. Now in my case, if I go to custom settings, let me show you closer, I actually do this. So I do a custom text, image and date and month. So now it will find out when I took those shots and it will actually rename it like that. So that's a very simple Lightroom tip, and I think I'm going to do it quite frankly for this too, because I don't know if a lot of people know this. Press OK, and now these images are actually renamed. And as you can see here, oh sorry, I forgot to rename them correctly. One moment, library, rename photos, and this is of course an old car. So, there we go. And now if I hover over it, you can actually see that it took the date of which I shot it. So this is a really simple and easy way to do this. Okay, so that's a tip for today. Okay, as you could have seen in yesterday's episode, we visited a seminar of our friend Martin Hogeboom, and they actually asked me, can you take some pictures? Now, the only camera I had with me was the RX100, and it's a great camera, don't get me wrong, but these lighting conditions are incredibly horrible. And you have to realize that sometimes it's not about the quality of the images, it's very simple, a registration that you were there. And I think these images tell the story pretty well. It was just a seminar, and well, what more can you do? So I went through DxO Optics 11 with these images to make sure that they are noise controlled, and DxO Optics often does a wonderful job on those images. So I'm gonna send these out to Martin and hope he likes them. Okay, as you've seen before during our Behind the Closed Doors episodes, sometimes I give a tip and I think this is a really cool tip also for Quite Frankly. So the tip you just recently saw about adding the dates to your files, I now also created into a Quite Frankly, which will be uploaded later this week or start of next week, depending on how many are still in the queue. Because we always record a few and then we put them in the queue in YouTube, that you guys get them spread out over some weeks. Okay, so this morning I told you guys that I would be trying to do a project with the Lume Cube and more creative lighting for portraits. And of course, I'm always like, if I say something, I'm very enthusiastic and I want to do it straight away. So we already did some portraits and I'm going to show you what I did and how I lit it. Okay, the first one is Steffi, our intern, and we actually have the Lume Cube behind her over here. In the back, I don't know if you can see it, but it's over here in the back. We have the Lume Cube, and this was all shot natural light with the Sigma art lens, the 35mm on 1.4. This is Afra, our other intern, and the Lume Cube is actually around under this angle, slightly from behind. Then we tried something with Anouk, and what we actually did is we used the Lume Cube to light up the Alengrom strobe behind her. And I did like the shot, but I thought it could be more, let's say, epic. So we tried this one, and this one I like way more. Here we have the Lume Cube behind Anouk, and the cool thing is, it really surprises me how it looks, because it's such a simple unit, and you can create some real nice images with it. So I think we're going to continue this project the coming weeks. And just let's see what happens. Maybe we're going to do some more portraits and use even more creative lighting. And I don't cancel out that we also will be using some small flash in between. But, well, we'll see how this project evolves. Guys, so I just told you about the project I'm going to do with very simple light sources. Now, of course, one of the cool things is to get light from the side or behind somebody. And you don't always have a VEL with you. Now, what's a VEL? That's a voice activated light stand, or an intern or an assistant. So I was thinking about, why not use something that a lot of people actually have and everybody hates? You guessed it, a selfie stick. So I connected the Lume Cube to the selfie stick, and this opens up a lot of possibilities. I'm going to show you that now. So this is the start of the selfie stick. Here we go. And I just connected the Lume Cube here. Now I can hold my camera with one hand and actually extend my light, for example, behind Steffi. And of course now it's off, so let's turn it on. One moment. And they actually hate this light because it's so bright, but I don't care. So as you can see, we can now actually use side lighting on my model when doing video. We can create some cool lens flares and annoy the hell out of them. And they can't hit you because the selfie stick is actually pretty long. So, cool idea. So we're going to use that a lot, I guess. Hey Steffi, tell me, what did you create? You created my new business card, right?
Yeah, we created a promo flyer. It's a promotion for you, and it's slightly bigger than a business card. And everything is on it, from your YouTube to Facebook to your personal website.
Awesome, so show the guys. This is the front.
Yeah, and this is the back.
Which could also be the front, of course.
Yeah, it's which way you see it.
Looks really nice. Cool, Steffi, well done.
Thank you.
Okay, and here we have Afra, our new intern. Hello, Afra.
Hi.
So what did you create?
I created a banner for our Facebook page, and it's about an open day, I guess.
Open house, yes.
Open house.
I see it on October 15. So note that, guys, on October 15 we have an open house here.
And it's free, so.
And it's free, yes. Very well done, great.
Thank you.
Okay, as you know, I absolutely love the Light Blaster, and we're actually distributor for the Light Blaster. And it means that we now got our brochure in. We created those, or actually the interns created this together with Anouk. And this is the brochure we're going to use for promoting the Light Blaster. It looks really nice. So, that's the brochure for the Light Blaster. Okay, I'm home and the first thing I did was actually create some new blog posts for you guys. And as you can see here, we have 10 scheduled. And I'm sure you're gonna love these because it's a lot of tip material. So how to use strobes, angles, colored lights, and of course our new project portrait, or the portrait project as it's now called. And if somebody knows a better name, just let me know and we'll change the name immediately. So, that was all the work for today. Now it's time for relaxing, but first I have to tell you something. Okay, so I'm done with today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors, but that doesn't mean I leave you guys with nothing. We still have our Mac Fun competition. You just shout out on social media, I love Mac Fun and I would like to have there, and just fill in what kind of plugin you would like to have. And I will make sure that I select a winner at the end of next week, and that winner will get the plugin from MacFun for free. So shout out on social media, I love MacFun and I would love to have this plugin. Make sure you tag me because otherwise I can't find you. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Behind the Closed Doors, and we'll see you next time. Oh, by the way, tomorrow there will probably no episode because this week is a very relaxing week for me, and a week and the interns are doing a lot of work, so I'm mostly at home just relaxing and doing some email and social media stuff. So maybe we'll record something, and otherwise you will see me the next time you will see me. See you guys, bye bye.